Okay, hello again. Today we are going to talk about reports. Reports is one of the most important topics that come in checkpoint exams, especially in year 6 and 8. And sometimes, of course, you find them in the mock exams or even in the final exams at your school. Anyway, a report that you write about something. You write a report in the magazine, a school magazine, for example. فwhen you write about a school magazine or report, you have to follow some features. أول حاجة الهيدلاين. We must have a title, must have headline. This is number one. You must have a title. The title should be catchy. And number two, in introduction. Introduction, you must indicate the 5 Ws. This is really important. 5 Ws. So as a cat reports or a news report, you must use the 5 Ws. What are the 5 Ws? Number one, who made it, what is it, when it happened, where did it happen, and also why it was happening or why it happened. Okay, so once you finish the introduction, go through the main body, go through the main idea. For example, you can use subheading if you would like to talk about subheading, or you go through the chronological order. What happened first? What happened next? What happened afterwards? So, for example, if we talk about a competition that your school has organized, or maybe a party that your school has organized, so or a trip that you went with your school, and you would like to state the experience of the school or of all students in this trip. So you have to start by the chronological order. And once you arrived at this place, what happened next? If you were in an event such as Mother's Day, for example, so you have to tell us what happened since you started the event, then what happened after it, and so on. And of course, you have to use connectives. As you know, connectives, for example, first, then second, afterwards, and so on. Of course, you can go through the conclusion at the end. Conclusion, tell us in brief what happened, and they try to summarize what happened, okay? And tell us what you have learned, the lesson. So up to now, these are the general features that we should go through. Number one, it will be written formal or informal, could be both. Written formal or informal according to the audience. Yeah, if you write this report to for example, the manager or the HOD of your school, whatever. So try to make it formal. But if you write it for the students or even for your friends who will read this in the school magazine, so it will be informal. Number two, it will be written in objective tone. What does it mean? Don't express your feeling, your personal feeling. Try to express the feeling of the whole school or even of the whole students. يعني do not focus on yourself, just focus on the object itself. And it must be written in past because you report something happened in the past. And of course, you use third person, he, she, it, or they. But sometimes you can use the first person if you are included. You can say I or we. Of course, we present only facts here in this one, and we can use quotation from the people who attended this event. Yeah, if it's a report about Mother's Day, so some of the parents attended the event, so you can include some quotations of the parents, maybe, or the quotation of the principal of the school, and so on. So you have to follow these features um, in order to have a successful writing. So now let me give you a sample or show you a sample. Here we have a sample. Check here. We have the headline. The headline here. We have alliteration here, like a sac, systema sac here. So S and S. So this we call alliteration. And here we have the 5 Ws. Here we have 5 Ws. Yeah, for example, here we have Y. The goal was to discover what's inside these caves. So here we talk about the trip, right? And who here, the team included 6 brave students and 2 experienced teachers. And what is the exciting trip here? This is what. And also when, this is recently here, when, and so on. Okay, and where this is in Mexico. Okay, Sistema Sac Octon in Mexico. So now we included, or we have included the 5 Ws, and then you go through the chronological order. What happened first when they prepared themselves first, and then they moved to the cave. They discovered what happened inside the cave, and then at the end, you can include what you have got, what have you understood. If you check here with me, you find everything written in past. Everything is written in past. However, sometimes we can indicate if we talk about future. Sometimes if we talk about like process that will be followed in the future. For example, I say for future expedition, focus on more details in mapping and bringing advanced scientific tools to study the caves for more throughoutly and so on. So here, sometimes when we talk about what will happen next, we can use future. Well, but it will be at the end. It will be at the end. Like news report بالظبط. We are the same. We use will at the end. Okay. Thank you for this short video regarding reports. See you in another video. Bye bye.